Hey friends, let's take another 1 minute with Mark journey into the world of real estate, and let's talk about a topic that I'm going to cover more than once, but it's something that is extremely important, and it's something that I wanted to talk to you about and make you aware of, and that is, why do you hire a professional real estate broker? Now, there's a million reasons, and like I said, I will go into several different things, but a lot of times an anecdotal story is the most effective way to explain why you need a real estate agent to stand in the gap for you. I have a customer or a client that I've worked with for 30 years. We have sold a lot of properties together, and he's done well. My job has been to make him money. Hopefully I've done very well for him. Apparently he keeps using me. Just recently we had a property that we were selling. It was a brand new home. He had just built it, new construction. Now this home had been inspected by the city and written off on and given the certificate of occupancy. It was ready to go. But the new buyer brought in a home inspector, which is fine. The new buyer can bring in a home inspector. But in this case, the home inspector didn't find anything wrong with the property. They just found something to talk about, basically. So the buyer's agent makes a request for repairs and comes to me with them, which I took to the seller, and all of them was just a wish list of spending money, but they had these ticky-tacky reasons why they wanted to have them done. Now, my seller wanted to sell the property because they wanted to end the holding cost, and the buyer was a good buyer with a substantial down payment. However, you got them now. They've reopened the negotiations 2 weeks. Actually, in this case, it was a week before closing. They come in with requests for repairs. It would have been very, very easy if that buyer had been put face to face with the buyer's agent to have capitulated and could have lost several $1,000s over the deal. However, my job as a professional real estate agent is to keep my cool and stand in the gap for my client. I was the one that was able to go back to that buyer's agent and discuss with them, hey, I understand wanting this particular grading, but the grading has been done and will have to be redone as soon as you put the yard in, which should happen exactly the day after you buy the house because the rainy season's coming. You know, we can't grade the yard. The agent understood it, but they were working for their buyer and they were trying to get all they could, which would have cost my client $1,500 to regrade a yard that had already been graded. There were some other issues. They were just a wish list of things like a vent pipe in the attic that they wanted vented outside the house. Now keep in mind, this had been signed off on by the city and it followed code. This was just a wish list. But by the time you put a plumber up in that attic and vent that out, you know, you're looking at $300 to $500 right there. Now, once again, my client was able to hand that to me and say, Mark, go handle this and negotiate it out. And by doing my job and by standing in the gap and being able to say no articulately and make my client's point for them, I was able to save that client several hundred, if not thousands of dollars. And we had a successful closing and everybody was happy. There was some other things that, because it worked out so well, my client did for that buyer on top of everything else to just help her out. So what is a real estate agent's job? A real estate agent isn't supposed to just bring you a contract and go, well, take it if you want. No, a real estate agent is to come to you with a contract, bring you some information, and then they're supposed to go back and follow your instructions and stand in the gap and articulately negotiate the contract to your benefit, saving you as much money as possible. Anyway, there's a lot of other things a real estate agent can do, but standing in the gap is one of the best ones. Somebody who has the knowledge and the experience and the ability to negotiate effectively and to make your point effectively and keep the contract in place and meet the closing time, that's worth thousands. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll have more reasons why you should have a real estate agent on your side, and I will be glad to answer any questions you have. If you have any comments, put them down below. But a professional real estate agent is worth their weight in gold. We do our job, we make you money, and that's what we're supposed to do. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later.